What's up, peeps? We're gonna do another story time. Okay. This one is a continuation on with my second girlfriend. So we're gonna do a continuation on that. And I guess the title is gonna be called When me and my second girlfriend broke up. I don't know, like whatever the title is called, like, because it was really mutual, I guess you could say, why me and her broke up. I don't really know. She kind of broke up with me, but I don't know. Okay, so it kind of literally starts off after why I broke up with Rebecca. So me and Jasmine get to talking after school. Literally the day I broke up with Rebecca, she calls me after school, and basically the same thing I said. She said, when I did break up with Rebecca, why'd you do that? How come? And the whole jibby jabby. And then feelings started coming out, I guess you could say. And like literally we started dating, I believe that day, like literally that day. And it was, you can't fault how someone likes somebody, I guess. Like, I don't know, like I kind of caught Jasmine liking on me before, because it was really weird because me and Jasmine would talk on the phone without Rebecca, and me and Jasmine would just get closer and closer and closer, and she would tell me, oh, she's liking on someone in the class, and I would always catch her. That would always be me. Like, it'd always be me. So, me and Jasmine ended up going out, and there's this other girl that comes into the mix that's friends with Rebecca and Jasmine, and we're going to call her Sam. Okay, FYI, all three of these girls are black. Every single one of them are black. So, every girl I mention, I would say is black. Every girl I mention in this story is gonna be a black female. No other race, just black. Which is kind of crazy. So Sam takes it upon herself to go and tell Rebecca that me and Jasmine are going out. And it's like literally the next day, I come to school and we have PE class. And this is when I have PE class every morning when I go to school. It's PE. Who would have thought every morning I would have PE? But I guess that's how it comes down to it. So every morning I have PE. And we're standing in line. You know how they do lines. So the girls are on one line, the boys are on another line. Okay? And we're ready to get into the locker room. So Jasmine, Rebecca, and Sam are talking and whatnot. And me and my boys are talking too. And I see Savannah like look at me like, really, bro? Talking about, she basically, Sam told her like, yeah, Jasmine and me, as in like my name Jacob, Jasmine and Jacob are dating now. And like I was like, oh shit, like I was like, fuck. So that became very controversial. And that was just, I was like, fuck. So, yeah. So, and then, drama starts boiling up and whatnot. And I come back to school one day. I don't know if it was like, I don't know what day, I don't know how long between when Rebecca finds out and this other situation that happens, but I'm about to tell you happens. I don't know how far that in between that is, but it's not far and it's not close. Or it's not, it's, I don't know how close it is. And I don't know how far. So I come back to school one day, like the next day, it's morning, and Rebecca and Jasmine got into a fight. It was more, I don't know if it was an argument or an actual, type shit, but I know it was a fight. And I believe it was more with the hands than, an argument. So I come back to school and they're like, yeah, your girlfriend, ex-girlfriend got into a fight. And I don't know how I didn't see this when I left school, like, because we're all in the same class. So, like, I don't know how, like, I left so fast that I didn't, like, have time to see this. Like, I don't know how it happened. Well, I do kind of know how. There was this girl that came up to them and said some shit to Rebecca, and kind of got Rebecca upset, and that's how it got to, like, her and Jasmine fighting, I think, or something. So I don't know why she didn't fight the girl that said something, but she didn't, or whatever. So, yeah, so the school got involved, okay? The school got involved, and, what's it called? They're basically, like, they told me, like, I don't know how school can do this, to be honest. Like, I don't know how a school can really tell someone, like, yo, y'all can't date. Like, we're, like, on some celebrity type of shit, like, y'all can't date. But they basically said, like, y'all can't date. So they basically, yeah. So, and the whole time I was so confused. Like, I didn't get a referral, I don't think, or nothing. Like, I didn't, like, it was just some drama and whatnot, between classmates. And, what's it called? Like, it was really bizarre how, like, it was all put, like, handled. So, yeah. So, months down the line, we're all in the same class, okay? This is months down the line. We're all in the same class. Everyone's chilling. And Rebecca is moving to a different state, okay? I'm not going to put in the state, but she's moving to a different state. So, I was like, okay, like, whatever, And Jasmine comes up to talk to me and was like, or was it Sam? I'm not sure. It was either Sam or Jasmine. And basically, I think Sam was like, Jasmine wants to talk to you. So me and Jasmine talk. And basically she was like, you want to get back together? And this is like the last day of school. This is literally like the last day of school. She was like, you want to get back together? I'm like, yeah. She's like, all right, cool. So we, like, get back together. School ends. We're, like, in the front area where, where you actually go into the school or come out of the school. And I think, did we kiss in front of the school? I'm not totally sure, to be honest, how that happened. I don't know, per se. But so like we, it's the end of school, and we go to the movies. Like, it's the end of school, and I tell my parents, like, look, I'm gonna go to the movies. Can I get some money? They're like, oh, here's $20 or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. So, and this is when all like the gritty starts, type, the down into the meat area where it's gonna like start getting good. So Jasmine is the first time I kind of did everything, like finger a girl's pussy, get my dick sucked, make out with a female, kind of like the whole shit, like this is the first time I did. The only thing I didn't do is fuck her. Like, that's the only thing I didn't do. Like, I can say like we dry humped, but I didn't insert my area into her area. Like, no, that never happened. So yeah, like it's kind of like we were kind of like in a honeymoon stage for that last 3 years. We were just, it was, lovey-dovey shit the whole nine, and very very lovey-dovey. And so, and Sam is still around. Like, Sam is still there, and her and Jasmine are still close friends, and I basically kind of deal with Sam for almost the next 2 years after that. 2 years after middle school, I deal with Sam. So back to middle school, before we get into like the high school shit, back to middle school. So basically the whole school year of 8th grade, this is how you know people are dumb as shit. Like, and I mean dumb as fuck. There's no way these vice principals or principals or even, teachers don't know that 2 people are dating, okay? If you make it completely obvious that 2 people are dating, like, as me and her make it obvious that we're dating, how do you not know that? I do not know. Because these are the most dumbest people I've ever seen. Because, like, it was completely obvious me and Jasmine were dating, okay? It was completely obvious. But they just never knew. Like, we went the whole 8th grade year. The whole year. I don't understand. I want you to understand how stressful that was to be where the adults didn't know we're dating. Like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So that was a real challenge. like and when, like, of course classmates knew and shit, like, but they didn't give a fuck, like, whatever, like, there wasn't about to, like, but everyone knew we were dating. Like, all the classmates knew we were dating. Everyone out of the class, like, everyone in class, everyone, other friends and classmates, and just everybody in the school knew, but the adults didn't know we were dating. And we were like, everyone's just like, bro, are you fucking dumb? Like, are you retarded? They're making it obvious that they're dating, but it's like you either don't want to see it or don't want to believe it, or or acting dumb on purpose. So like, you know, so yeah, there's that. And yeah, so basically like that whole 8th grade year was like a shit show and a half, like, and whatnot. And like, you know, when you're in middle school / high school dating girl, there, you know, there gets to be like, you know, I had problems with friends, and you know, my friends were like, you know, pick one, is it me or her? And like, you know, you have controversial stuff with, even with your significant other during those times. And like, me and Jasmine would go on, you know, hiatuses where like we would fight a lot. We would also like be like lovey-dovey with each other at the same time. And when it was very confusing. And when it was very confusing. It was very like, it was sometimes toxic in a way, because you know, we're middle school and high school, like we're kind of like still trying to find out who we are in a way and whatnot. And you know, we're trying to grow as people, as our own people, and grow as a relationship at the same time. And through the 3 years, like, yeah, we grew a lot as people, as, you know, ourselves, or who we are. But we also grew as a relationship. But like, when it got to like 9th grade and 10th grade, like, it was more like 10th grade, a lot of stuff started changing. Like, you know, she wanted me to, she like, so there became times where it was very difficult between me and her, because so in 9th grade, there was this girl, another girl. There was this another girl, and I was dating Jasmine at the time. And we're gonna call this girl Sierra. We're gonna call her Sierra. So Sierra, I forget how she came, like, kind of a part of my life in that time. Like, she, like, it was something, like, so I was with my friends, and I forget how, like, she was there chilling with her friends and whatnot. And I think one of my friends, like, was like, because like a lot of my friends I know of, are really like confused, like, how come, because you're white, a lot of these girls, black girls, like you? Like, how come you can just pull black girls like it's nothing? Like, how come, like, they don't understand why a lot of these black girls like, you know, me, and I'm white, like, and they, like, a lot of my friends are black, a lot of my friends are black. Like, through high school, middle school, I only had like really black friends. Like, I would have a couple of like Latin people and a couple of white, but like, really, it was just black. I hung around a lot of black people, and that's what I kind of got raised up on, as, you know, being around all those people. And well, I got raised in 2 different ways. Like, I got raised by, of course, like, my parents, of course, but I also got raised by them also, like, they, you know. And anyway, I'm going off topic. So Sierra basically comes out of nowhere, and I think one of my friends was like, it was in that conversation, like, how come black girls, you know, like you so much, whatever. And he basically came up to Sierra, just like, out of it, was like, would you date him? And was pointing at me, and I'm just like, just sitting there chilling, or just like we're just walking, and I'm just walking with her, I'm just chilling. And she was like, "Would you date him?" And she's like, "Yeah." And my friend was like, "Huh?" And she was like, "Yeah, I would date him." And that, like, all my friends were like, "What the fuck?" Like, on some like crazy shit. So I forget how Sierra like found me again through the school. But she was kind of obsessed with me in a way, almost, because like I guess you can kind of say I kind of cheated on Jasmine in a way with Sierra. But I was in ninth grade. I was confused. Like, I was like, I never dealt with something like that before. I never had that type of attention like that. So, Sierra would come to my, class and be like, like, come see me after class. And I'm like, I was very confused by that and whatnot, because, I have my girlfriend Jasmine, and she was like off put about some of this stuff. She was like, "What's this girl Sierra? Why is she around you so much?" or whatever. It was a lot of tension. And basically Sierra was trying to get me to break up with Jasmine. She like me and Sierra never dated, but like we kind of kissed a little bit, and I basically told Sierra, like, I can't date you. Like, I got Jasmine. She's like, break up with Jasmine. And I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I love Jasmine. Like, I just can't do that. So I'm like, wait 3 years. And she's like, I'm not waiting that long. So me and, like, shit, like, I think Sierra came to my house one time, and she would, because she was, trying out for like basketball, I think, whatever, and she would come to my house and we would sit outside for hours and hours and talk and talk and talk, and it was very confusing in a way. It was very confusing, like, that a girl would put this much effort into who I am to try to get with me and whatnot. So eventually me and Sierra like stopped. Like, there was a time where like my girlfriend Jasmine got really jealous. So it's on Halloween, and I think my parents went out somewhere. I think they went out somewhere, and I walked all around my neighborhood. I'm talking about walked all around the whole entire neighborhood, went to like where my elementary school was, and like it was miles, man, to get candy, like, so I was with all these girls. I was with Sierra, I was with Jasmine, I was with, I think, Sam too. I think Sam was there. And I think Sam I was the only nigga there. Like, I was the only dude there. I was the only dude there. And I think I was the only like dude there. So Jasmine kind of started getting jealous over Sierra that day. And like they went to like a gas station, and I sat outside and Sierra sat outside with me. And no, yes, Sierra sat outside with me. And she was like, how come you sat outside with her, bro? How come you didn't come out there with me? Like, all that shit. I'm like, bro, you tripping? Like, it was nothing. Like, I just didn't want to go in there. I wanted just to sit out here and chill and whatnot. So like Jasmine was really tripping off of Sierra because she was afraid she was gonna lose me in one night, and that wasn't the case, like, at all. So me and Sierra stopped talking. Like, we never really stopped talking. We stopped talking now, of course. Like, we don't talk no more. But after that, we just never, like, bumped heads no more. Me and Sierra. So she actually became a dyke now. Like, she's a full-on tomboy dyke. You know, and the whole shit. So I was like, all right. And basically, and then I don't know, Sam was always there too. Like, basically part of that whole relationship, me and Jasmine apart, wherever Sam was there through the whole thing. Like, I got into so much controversial things between me and Sam. It was fucking crazy because I never liked her like that. But like, it was hard to not, like, how Sam was around me was really weird sometimes too. And whatnot. And shit. But me and Sam never got together at all. So, so fast forward, you know, me and Jasmine would like go to movies or, you know, and shit, and we would all we would do is like make out, like so literally, like, that's like, me and Jasmine made out a lot, and I mean a lot. It was a lot of making out and a lot of lovey-dovey shit. A lot. And basically by 10th grade, you know, by the end of 10th grade, there was like, me and Jasmine were kind of like bumping heads, and like, she wanted me to become an adult. At the end of 10th grade, she wanted me to go get a license, go get a job, you know, all this stuff, and start doing 9 to 5s. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not gonna be an adult at this age right now. I'm trying to live my life the way I want to live it, and I did that for a while. But I just wasn't ready to put myself in those predicaments and start living life in that way. I wanted to go to school, come home, play video games, the whole shit. I didn't want to go get a job and go get my license. I didn't want to go do all that. So basically, like, long story short, me and Jasmine never, like, we didn't work out. Like, there's other stuff beyond that I can go into, but it's really not that important. I'm just gonna leave it off there. Like, there's more, like, that's continuation of the story I'm telling, not the far stories between me and Jasmine after the whole fucking fact, like, years down the line. But so it was on the mutual standpoint of me and Jasmine breaking up. Jasmine kind of broke up with me, but at the same point, it was kind of mutual. And, like, I would say more like a couple of days to like a week later, she had another boyfriend. And how I saw that was, I think, on Facebook or Instagram. I'm not sure. They're the same shit though. Like, they're both meta. But and I call my friend up, just bawling, crying. Like, I was hurt. I was fucked up and whatnot. And my friend was like, yo, it's gonna be okay, you know, blah 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 blah. You don't need her in your life and the whole shit. And I'm just like, I'm just over here devastated, like, literally devastated that this happened to me. And I called Jasmine up, and I'm just calling her crying. I'm like, why would you do this to me? And the whole shit. And like, why? Like, cause like, like, just because you and a girl break up doesn't mean like, you kind of can't just like, come back together, or, get a compromise going. But I was young and naive at the time, at this time. So and she's like, you would never get a job, and, blah, 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 and shit, and in the whole nine. And it was really, really devastating. Like, really, it was really devastating. And that was kind of it between me. There's more between me and her after all this, years down the line, but I'm not gonna get into all that. But that was pretty, like, that's kind of like the final straw into the whole thing. So I'm gonna leave it off after there. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a nice day. Peace out, Girl Scout.